Hi guys, how is it going? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Violetta and today is the first day of our fitness challenge. We are going to start with 30 minutes full body Pilates workout, and all you need is just your mat and a little bit of space around you. Let's get started. We're gonna start standing in the back of the mat with feet hip distance apart. We're gonna start with some rolls to warm up the spine. Take a deep breath in as you reach your arms, and as you exhale, soften your knees, chin towards your chest, and start to roll down. Head and arms nice and heavy. And then as you exhale, press your heels down and start to roll up, vertebra by vertebra. Reach your arms up, take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, roll back again. This time stay down, bend your knees and just walk your hands forward to find a high plank. Wrist underneath your shoulders, pressing the mat away, lifting through the shoulder blades, squeezing your bum, keeping a nice long spine. And then bend your knees and walk your hands back to find your fall forward pose. Press your heels and roll all the way back up. Big stretching, reach your arms. Exhale, hands forward and roll back down. Bend your knees, walk your hands forward and find your high plank. And again, bend your knees, walk your hands back. Lift your hips up and then roll all the way back up. Reach your arms up. Nice. Exhale, chin to chest and roll back down. We do that one more time. Walk forward, 4 steps. High plank. Activate your core, squeeze your glutes. Bend your knees, walk your hands back. And roll all the way up. The last time. Just to walk up this body. Warm up the legs, the core, our shoulders, our wrists. Good. And then walk back. And this time, you're gonna just stay here. Just hug your elbows and rock side to side. Leave the head nice and heavy. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, release everything back down. Hands on the mat, walk your hands forward. Find your high plank one more time. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lower back down. Good. Find your tabletop, knees underneath your hips, wrists underneath your shoulders. We're gonna extend the right arm, left leg, and we're gonna lift up. We're gonna lower down, and we're gonna lift back up. Lower back down, lift up. Try to keep your hips nice and still, and draw your ribs in, keeping a nice long spine. We warm up the right shoulder and the left bum cheek. Last 2, 1, and we hold up. We're gonna take the right leg and the left leg away from the midline, and we're gonna come back to the center, and we lower down to the mat. We lift, we open the side, we're coming back to the center, and we lower, and we do that again. So as you open your arm away from you, try to keep your hips and your core nice and still. Come back through the center, lower back down. Just 2 more. Lift, open, come back through the center, and lower. Last one. Good. Back to the center, and we pause here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down in your forearms, keeping your left leg away. We're gonna tap the toes down, and we're gonna lift back up. Lower down and lift. Make sure that your hips stay still and you're not collapsing towards the right, so we're not rocking. Like imagine that I'm pushing your right hip back through the center. Lift up and lower. We have 5 and 4. We have 3, good, 2, and last one. Stay up. Pressing the mat away with your forearms. We're gonna bend your knee, heel is coming towards your back. Extend your leg, tap the toes down. Lift back up, heel towards your back. Extend your leg, tap the toes down. Lift, and bend, extend, and tap. And again, lift, bend, extend, and tap. Keep that going. Keeping your core active. Draw the ribs in. Good, pressing the mat away. Last one. And we hold here. We're gonna press the heel up towards the ceiling, like we're pressing, and squeeze your leg bouncing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. We're gonna lower the knee down. We lift up on the side, taking back, and we lower. Lift on the side, take it back, and lower. Imagine that you draw a big circle with your knee. Open, take it back, and lower. Movement is coming from the hip joint. Nothing else is moving. Open, and then reverse the circle. Take it back on the side, lower down, lift back on the side, and lower. We have 2. Very nice. And last one. And this we're gonna hold on the side, and we do small poses up towards the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then extend your leg back. Right leg goes back. We are in a forearm plank. Pressing the mat with the forearms, lifting through your shoulder blade, tucking your tailbone under, squeezing your glutes. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up into your left palm, right palm. Bend your knees and walk your hands back. As we did in the warm-up, roll slowly all the way up. Good. We're gonna keep the feet again hip distance apart, and we're gonna add some squat. So keep your hips facing forward, reach your arms as your hips going back, bend your knees, and then lift everything back up. Bend your knees, lower your hips down, and lift back up. Try to keep your chest nice and open as you lower down, and as you draw up, as you come up, pressing your heels to activate your glutes a little bit more. We have only 5. Good. Breathe in as you bend, exhale as you lift. Only 3. Good. Make sure that you're not collapsing forward, so the knees stay almost on top of your feet, ankles I mean. And your last one, we're gonna stay low. We do small pose for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands coming on the floor. Walk your hands forward. Find your high plank again. Wrist underneath your shoulders. Activate your glutes for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good job. Knees coming on the floor. And we're gonna swap side. So we're gonna reach left arm, right leg. And we're gonna tap down on the mat, and we lift up. Tap and lift. We're working on the left shoulder now and the right bum cheek. Keep pressing the mat with your right arm, so you're keeping your right shoulder nice and active, and keeping your hips nice and square. Draw your ribs in. We have 2 and 1. Hold. Take your arm and your leg away from the middle line. Come back to the center. Tap down. Lift. Take it away. Back to the center and tap. And keep that going. Make sure that your core stays nice and stable. Try to keep your hips as square as you can. Nice. We have 2 more. Lift. Away. Back to the center and lower. Last one. And back to the center. Small poses up towards the ceiling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Keep your leg up. Come down on your forearms. And we're gonna tap the toes down. We lift up. So this leg is not just going up and down. I'm trying to reach back towards the back of the room. I'm activating my quads as well. Right bum cheek is working. Pressing the mat away with your forearms. Keeping your ribs in. Good. Nothing else is moving on my core. Just my leg. Exhale, lift. inhale, lower. We have 4. Good. 3, 2, 1. Hold. Bend your knee, heel is coming towards your butt, and then extend your leg, tap the toes down. Lift, bend, extend, and lower. Lift, bend, extend, and lower. Make sure that you're not collapsing here, pressing the mat all the time away. Lifting through your shoulder blades, keeping your ribs in, keeping your core nice and active. Hips stay square. We have last one, and we keep the knee bent. We press the heel up and up. We lift, squeezing your right bouncing this time. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your knee down. Open on the side like a dog. Take your knee back and lower back down. Open. Take it back. Lower. And again, like we're drawing a big circle from the knee. The movement is coming from the hip joint. The right bum cheeks must be on fire. We have 2 more. Very nice. Last one. And then just reverse this movement. Lift back, take it on the side and lower down. And again, back on the side and lower. 2 more. Keep pressing the mat away. Keeping your core active. Draw the belly in. Last one. Good. And then extend your right leg back. Extend your left. We are back in a forearm plank. Come up into your right palm. Come up into your left. Bend your knees and walk your hands back. Lower everything down and then slowly roll everything back up. Second set. We are back to our squat pose. So feet facing forward. We're gonna lower the hips and we're gonna lift everything back up. Squeeze your bum. Lower the hips, keeping the chest nice and open. Exhale, lift. We have 6. Lift. And 5. If you wanna take it smaller, go for it. If you wanna go a little bit lower, feel a little bit more on your bum. We have 3. Squeeze. 2. And squeeze. And last one, we stay low. Small pose. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands coming on the mat. Walk your hands forward. Find your high plank again. Pressing the mat away. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good job. Lower your knees down and take a child pose. Nice, guys. Come back into your tabletop. And this time we're gonna walk the hands 1 palm forward. We're going to lower the hips down as I'm tucking my tailbone under. So my core is nice diagonal line from the knees up into the crown. And we're gonna do some push-ups here. Nice. Bend your elbows as the chest is coming down towards the mat. And then exhale, push everything back up. You can do just small movement here. And you can go all the way down. Exhale, push everything back up. Make sure that you're not collapsing here. So remember to pressing the mat away and lifting through the shoulder blades. Bend your elbows, chest is coming down. Exhale, push. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can always come up into your toes and do full push-up. We have 4. Exhale, and 3. And 2. Last one. And press everything back up. Come up into your knees and come all the way up. Very good job, guys. Knees underneath your hips. What's going on here? Knees underneath your hips and tucking your tailbone. Nice active glutes. Hands coming forward. We're gonna hinge back from the knees and we're gonna come back up. So hinge back as you're inhaling, exhale to return. Make sure that you're keeping your ribs down towards the hips. In, exhale, lift. We have 4, lift, squeezing your glutes, feel nice, stretching into your thighs. I'm dying already. And then we hold back. We're taking your hands by your side. We lift back up. Try to go a little bit further. Maybe lift and lower, and lift and lower. 2. And last one, come back and lower everything back down. Back to your push-up. Hands down, knees underneath your hips. Lower your hips down, tucking the tailbone. Find this nice diagonal line again. We have only 6 reps, so choose your options, the toes or down on your knees. Let's do it. Inhale, bend your elbows. Exhale, push. Remember, you don't have to go all the way down. Just take a nice, strong pose so you are not collapsing into the shoulders. You have only 2. And last one. Slowly, 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 and then come all the way down. I'm coming a little bit back. Good. Hands underneath your forehead. Elbows by your side. We're gonna press the toes down and the pubic bone, squeeze your glutes, and as you inhale, lift your hands and the head of the mat. And then exhale, lower back down. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, lower. And keep that going. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you lower. Keeping your gaze down on the mat. And try to find some length through your lower back. So pressing the pubic bone down as you lift your chest. So you want to open your chest. Good. Lower down. And 5. Lower. 4. Lower. And 3. Lower. 2. Lower. And we hold up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower everything back down. Hands by your side, pressing your hips back. Find your child pose. Nice. And then we're gonna come up. We're gonna come lay down on our back. So take your feet down on the mat. Hands by your side. We're gonna start with hip rolls. So pressing your heels down as you roll the hips up, keeping a nice diagonal line, and then roll the hips back down. And again, exhale, lift your hips up, squeezing your bum. Inhale as you lower, tucking the tailbone, lifting your hips up, and then melt your spine from the upper back, middle back, and lower back. We have 4 more. Lift, squeeze your butt. Inhale, lower. We have 3. Pressing your heels down, squeeze your glutes, lower. And 2. Keeping this nice diagonal line, lower. And last one, we stay up. Make sure that your hips are in line so you're not rocking from one side to the other. Maybe you use your arms here to lift a little bit higher. And we're gonna lift one leg into the tabletop. Just take a moment here and observe your hips. If you see that you're collapsing from one side, try to lift your hip up. Good. And then lower this leg down, lift the other leg up. The same, hips nice and stiff. And lower. And swap. Right leg tabletop, lower, left leg in the tabletop, and lower. Use your arms if you want for support, or if you want an extra challenge, arms can come up, lower. We have 3, lower, 2, and last one, we keep the right leg up and we do small poses for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your right leg down, left leg in the tabletop, and again 5 poses to finish. 4, 3, 2, 1. Left leg is coming down, hold, lift a little bit higher for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll everything back down and give your knees a big hug. Rock side to side. Feel this nice massage into your lower back. Very nice. Place your feet back down, interlace your hands behind your head. And let's start with some up curls. So hips nice and square. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, curl your spine, lift your head, and then lower back down as you inhale. Exhale, curl up, inhale to lower. As you lift, make sure that your hips stay square and you are not lifting your bum off. Tailbone stays nice and heavy down. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, and lift. Draw your ribs towards your hips and lower. Keeping your neck nice and relaxed on your head, so you are not pressing your head. Head is nice, supporting from the hands. Lift as you exhale. Inhale, lower. Chin is just a little bit tucked towards the chest. And we're gonna hold up. We have 5 poses. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower everything back down. Right leg is coming on the tabletop, left leg stays down. We're gonna curl and lift, and then as we lower, we're gonna extend the right leg away. We're gonna curl, knees coming towards you, and then extend your leg as you lower down. And again, bend your knee, come forward, extend your leg, lower your head. One more time. And lower, and we add some rotation. So as the knee is coming towards you, you rotate your chest towards this knee, and then you extend your leg as you lower your head down. And again, bend your knee, rotate towards it, and then lower everything back down. We have 5. Exhale, extend, exhale as you lift. 4, lower, and lift, and go down. 2 more, lower, last one, hold. Small pose is 5. Draw your left ribs towards your right hip bone. 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. Straight away to the other side. Left leg in the tabletop. Curl your spine, lift up, and then as you lower your head, extend your leg away from you. Knee coming towards you, you curl your spine. Inhale as you lower. Remember, tailbone stays nice and heavy, hips level. So right heel is pressing on the mat to keep your right hip bone down. Yeah, we are not twisting. Extend, lower your head down, and add your rotation. Rotate your chest towards your knee. Extend your leg, lower your head down. And rotate towards the knee. Lower back down. We have 4. And lower. Exhale, 2, lower. Last one, stay up. Add the 5 poses. 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower back down. Just rock the knee side to side. Nice. We're gonna bring both legs into the tabletop this time. Knees together. Hips in line, tailbone nice and heavy. We're gonna bring the hands by the side this time, and we're gonna lift up. Always, if you feel any tension to your neck, you can either leave your head down, or you can use one hand to support your head. Chin towards the chest, lift your chest a little bit higher, and we start palming the arms. We try to keep the whole body nice and still as the arms pumping. Draw the ribs in and keep breathing. So we breathe in for 5 and exhale for 5. Breathe in for 5, exhale for 5. If you want to add, you can extend one leg. If you want more, you can extend both legs. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. I want those arms nice and active. Breathe in. Always you can be here, or even you can be here. Yeah, just find your talent. And breathe in, last one. Exhale. And lower back down. Just allow the knees to go to one side. Open your right arm to the other side. Nice stretching. And then just swap side. And don't be too comfortable. We haven't finished yet. Good. Back through the center. bring your knees towards your chest, just rock back, rock forward, rock back, rock forward, and then come all the way up. And let's come in our side. Right forearm underneath your right shoulder, knees together, knees in line with your hips. We're gonna lift the hips up and we are in a side plank. Pressing the mat with your right forearm and lifting your hips up. If you wanna add more, extend the top leg, or even more, extend the leg behind. And we are in a high plank. You have the option to choose. All right, and we're gonna lower the hips down and we lift the hips up. We lower the hips, we press the hips up, pressing the mat away, lifting through the right side. Lower and lift. The same here. Exhale, lift. Squeezing your inner thighs together to give you a little bit more extra activation through your inner thighs. We have 2, 1, and hold. Left hand is coming on your head. We're gonna rotate the chest towards the mat and then inhale, lift back up. The same. Rotate your chest. Inhale, open. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, lift. We have 4. Good. Lift. Squeeze your inner thighs. Squeeze your butt. 4. We have 2. Open. 1. Open. Both forearm on the mat. We are in a forearm plank again. Pressing the mat away. And we change side. So left forearm on the mat. Lower your hips down. Choose your option again. Knees together in line with your hips. One leg on top, one leg on the floor, both legs on the floor. Let's do that. Lift your hips, lower your hips, lift and lower. Lift your hips, squeeze your glutes together in thighs and lower. We have 4 and lower, 3, lower, 2, lower and hold. Right hand on your head. Rotate your chest down. Inhale, open your chest. Rotate your chest towards the mat and open. We have 4 and lift. We have 3. Good. 2. Open. Last one. Open. Back to your forearm plank and then lower your hips down. Just rest your head on top of your hands. Just wiggle your hips side to side. Amazing job, guys. Almost there, I promise. We're gonna bring the hands again underneath your head. Tuck your toes, press your toes down, press your tailbone down. Squeezing your glutes, as we did before. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Maybe your movement is just small here. It doesn't really matter. Just open your chest, lower. Keep lengthening your lower back as you lift and open your chest. Last 2, lower, and 1, hold. Take your arms by your side, lift your chest a little bit higher. Keep your eye gaze down on the mat, squeezing your glutes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower everything back down. Whew. Very good job. Last movement here for today. Keep your right hand down and take your left hand on your forehead. We're gonna lift the chest and rotate towards the left. The right hand here can support you, but doesn't have to go very high. Just rotate and open your chest. Lower back down. We have 5. Inhale as you open. Lower as you exhale. We have 4. Lower. Keeping your hips in line. Make sure that you keep the same pressure in both hips bone. We have 2. And last one. And lower back down. Swap side. Left hand stays down. Right hand on forehead. Inhale, rotate, open your chest towards the right. And lower. We have 5. In. Exhale, lower. Pressing the toes down, squeezing your glutes. And 3. Lower. 2. Very nice. Last one. Back to the center and lower everything back down. Very nice. Hands by your side, pressing your hips back into the child pose. And then just walk your hands towards your left, right hand on top of your left, and pressing your hips away from you. So hips going towards the right. Nice stretching here in your right side of your body. One more breath. And then come back to the center. Both hands on the right, left palm on top of your right. Press your hips towards the left. Amazing. Hands back to the center. Tuck your toes and then roll back. We're gonna lift as we did before, slowly all the way up. Take a deep breath in here as you stretch your arms up, and then exhale, fold slowly all the way back down. And again, exhale here, and as you inhale, roll all the way up. Reach your arms, exhale to roll. And just observe how is your body moving. If you feel a little bit more loose and free on your movements, and not that stiff maybe as you felt when you start. Last one. Or maybe you just don't feel any different, that's okay. And last one, roll everything back up. Roll your shoulders. And you're all done, my friend. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed as I did. And just comment down below if you like it, what you want to see more. And I'll see you next time. Second day is coming. Don't forget to subscribe on my channel and like my video. I mean, if you like,